Seemed like it was just yesterday. I was getting up to get ready to go to work, and I felt a pain go down my neck. I didn't know what was going on, so I called Jacoby. I tried to stand up, and I called Jacoby's name. I said, Jacoby, help me. Jacoby, go get Daddy. I tried to put on some clothes because I didn't know what was going on with my body. And I remember walking towards the door, and slowly everything started shutting down. And by the time Jacoby and Daddy got back to get me, I couldn't even move. And I remember them sitting me on a chair in front of the door because they called for the ambulance, but the ambulance couldn't find where I stayed at, so they had to go find the ambulance to show them where we was at. And by the time the ambulance made it there, I couldn't move nothing. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move my arms or anything. And I remember them rushing me to St. Michael's Hospital. And I remember the woman talking to me on the van. I was like, it was just a pain that went down the back of my neck. I don't know what's going on. So by the time I got to St. Michael's Hospital, I remember them putting a neurologist on the screen because they didn't have a neurologist. And I remember them giving me a shot. So they did give me the shot for a stroke. And I heard them say they was going to do all they could do. And I don't know. I was just in and out, in and out. And they said, I remember them giving me a piece of paper to sign. So at that time, I could move my right hand because someone told me that I signed my name on a piece of paper. But by the time I got to UMS, I remember them rushing me to Little Rock. And by the time I got to UMS, I was just laying on the bed. I couldn't move. I couldn't do nothing. So when I got to UMS, they were saying that my test came back, there wasn't nothing wrong with me. They couldn't understand why I couldn't move, I couldn't walk or anything. And my dad and my family was going crazy because they were trying to send me home. But we couldn't figure out why I couldn't walk, couldn't move my arms. I couldn't move any of my limbs. So a doctor saw my daddy outside. He was like, okay, we'll see what's going on. We're not going to send her home. So all of a sudden they said they would take me upstairs to the unit where the crazy people was at. So I remember them rolling me upstairs and them telling me you could push me up in my wheelchair and them telling me to stand up and get in the bed. I'm like, I can't walk. What do you mean? Get in the bed. I was telling them I can't walk. And so all I remember is blacking out. I don't know how I got in the bed or anything. But I laid in that bed for like 3 days. And every morning the doctors would come in and would ask me the same question over and over. What happened? And I remember on the third day, one of the doctors was like, we're going to find out what's wrong with you because if something's wrong with you mentally, you wouldn't be telling us the same thing every day, Miss Nolan. We're going to run another CAT scan on you or MRI or whatever to see what's going on. So finally on that third day, they ran another MRI. And I freaked out when I got off in that thing. I couldn't breathe. I freaked out and I was like, get me out of here. So they rolled me out. And it was like, Miss Nolan, something's going wrong with you. And they called my dad. We're going to find out I had a blood clot that traveled to my spinal cord which caused a stroke to the spine. And the reason why St. Michael's didn't pick it up, it was because their ink was bad. So they had bad ink, so that's why it showed up wasn't nothing wrong with me. So when I got to UMS on the third day, they found out that I had a stroke to the spine, which happened in 1 in a million people. So really ain't nothing you could do. All they could tell you is time. They couldn't, how long I was going to live, if I was going to ever get my movement back. All they could do was say, Miss Nolan, just time. So when I left UMS, they sent me to Baptist Hospital in Little Rock for 2 weeks to try to show my family how to take care of me because really wasn't nothing I could do because I had no control of no limbs. They would call me floppy because my arms, legs just flop. But I always remember I could move my right arm and I could always see some of my right toes move. So, long thing come to short, that left me C4, C5, quadriplegic. So I'm 33 years old, and all of a sudden I had a life-turning accident that left me paralyzed from the neck down, from a blood clot to the spine, which stopped my blood circulating. So I'm a single parent with 3 kids. Ages was 16, 15, and 8. I didn't know what I was going to do. But with the Lord's will, my kids are now grown. My youngest, this is first year in college. I'm able, now my physical therapist came and measured me for my chair. And she said I'm like C7 on my right side, and I'm like C4, C5 on my left side. So on my right side, I'm able to, I have wrist control, so I'm able to feed myself and do little things if you put it in my hands. So thank God I'm still here. Yep, I just wanted to come to you and tell you what happened. I ended up getting paralyzed. I had worked at a job for over 14 years. And then all of a sudden I got up to work one morning, and that's what happened. I had a blood clot to the spine that left me quadriplegic at the age of 33. My life did a 360 degrees turnaround. But it's been 10 years. I'm 40. I'll be 40. I'm 43 right now. I'll be 44 this year. And I'm still here fighting, improving slowly but surely every day. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.